My cousin's a freeloading vampire and she's been sucking me dry for 2 decades. Alright, let me tell you about my cousin, yeah, a woman that I have been trying to escape from for 2 decades. 20 damn years. A true masterclass in entitlement, and a perfectly executed example of a human leech, slowly and meticulously sucking the life out of everyone around her. It all started when we were young, when she was part of this group of friends, when I was still somewhat naive, still believing in all of those wonderful things that adults are supposed to believe in. Every time we went out, she'd order all of the most expensive meals, all of the fancy drinks, all of the most elaborate desserts, whatever was on the menu, she had to have it. But that was just the beginning, that was just the tip of the iceberg. She would also order food to go for her brothers, her friends, whoever she wanted, and then, she would suggest, with the absolute audacity of a true villain, that we split the bill equally. Like my little chicken salad should cost the same as her goddamn filet mignon. I was pissed, yeah, I was completely and utterly furious. I was working hard, I was doing my best, I wasn't ordering extravagant items, and I was being forced to pay for all of her overspending. I couldn't handle it anymore. So, one time, I secretly told the waiter to do separate bills, like I was doing something wrong, like I was some sort of criminal, and that's when she showed her true colors. She glared at me, she said that's a bitch move, like she wasn't the one who had been exploiting all of us for all of this time. And after that, I was unofficially booted from their little outings. I didn't even care, I was done, I was finally free. I thought that chapter of my life was over, yeah, I thought that I had finally escaped her never-ending cycle of abuse, I thought that I had finally managed to get free of her clutches, but then, I got an invitation. After 2 decades, after what felt like an entire lifetime, she invites me to some goodbye party that she was hosting. I thought, you know what? Let bygones be bygones, I thought that maybe she had changed, I mean, it had been 2 decades after all. It was a huge mistake, and I should have known better than to ever trust her. She picked the restaurant, yeah, she always does, and it was some of those incredibly fancy places, where even the appetizers are more expensive than my groceries for the week. It was clearly designed for her, she needed it, it was like she was a vampire that was just trying to feed off of other people's hard-earned money. And guess what? She ordered all of it, everything, lobster, calamari, and her daughter, that child she has manipulated and twisted to her own design, even gets a steak. Then, she casually orders food to take home for her other kid. And then, I was just waiting, bracing myself for the inevitable, and it happened. At the end of the night, she suggested that we split the bill, to make it easier, like she was doing everyone a favor, like we had all been waiting for this, as if her utter self-absorption was a gift. And, of course, everyone else just agreed, they had all fallen into her web, all those poor fools. I was beyond furious, I was seeing red, I was honestly ready to explode. I looked at that pathetic little Caesar salad that I had ordered, the only thing that I had allowed myself to have, and the fact that it cost the same as all of her fancy garbage, it made me want to pull my hair out. And, yeah, I didn't want to cause a scene, I didn't want to embarrass